back to my XCOM Enemy Within Impossible Mode playthrough. Heavily modded. A list of the mods are in the description down below. When last we left off, we lost an unfortunately sizable chunk of countries to panic. It is impossible mode, so that does happen. And I do technically still have Asia relatively under control and the US. So while I can theoretically lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe the limit is 8, so if I lose the entirety of Europe and Africa, then I am technically alright. But still, I don't want that to happen. I want to keep the number of participating countries as high as possible because I need money. I consistently need money. I do not make enough money. So I've been abusing the gray market. Actually, while I'm here, no, I have nothing to sell at the gray market. Come on, that's right. We have a couple facilities brewing. We have another satellite uplink to send up. We have an officers and training school finishing in a couple days, and we have another satellite that should be ready to go well before the end of the month. And we are researching the arc thrower. There's just so much you need to spend money on, so many resources, and regardless of how well you execute the fights, the strategic level is always just a gamble and hard to work through, just by virtue of the fact that panic shoots up so quickly. That said, we did end the last session with shooting down a small ship over Brazil. We have the map changed again from the last time, from when we last recorded, which I should remember. We're going to bring along a heavy, a sniper, a support, and you know what? The last time we did it, we had two heavies, and that went well. But do we have any other potentially promising rookies? Yeah, we really lucked out heavily with a lot of the stats that was not created evenly. And even the one person with the low aim, they lucked into an assault. I'm going to bring along another heavy. Actually, hang on, where is that heavy? Probably could have planned this out ahead of time, but I did not. The rookie is just better than the heavy, save for having a rocket. So we're going to bring along that rookie and give him a grenade. Last time we did a small scout ship, we just brought 2 heavies and exploded everything, and that was really fun and satisfying, made for an easy mission, but probably technically not the best way to go when we want scrap. So, let's give it a shot.
Authorities have requested our help, so that's where we're going next. The downed UFO. Copy, Big Sky. Strike 1 is clear to attempt the breach.
Alright. So let's look around. Any enemy shadows? No. Any meld that is feasible? That's just a stick. How far to the side are we? Basically right in the middle. Actually a healthy amount of... we can go to the left. And where is the ship? Now, I should have memorized this map at some point along the decade, but I did not. So, I'm not quite sure where the ship is. We'll have to find it. That said, standard rules. Supports move first because they have the widest range. Then after the support, the meat. And then following that, the people who have limited options based off of whether or not they moved, which means the heavy and the sniper. I so look forward to having better pistols, just so I could give one to the sniper. I am a fairly strong and heavy believer in the give snipers the best pistol you have and just give them the pistol skill. If you if you have a snapshot sniper, that's less prevalent and less important, but that feels wrong to me, frankly. If you're gonna have a sniper, they should be able to shoot someone from way, way farther than they can get shot. That just feels appropriate. And I also like the little targeting reticule of the head of the aliens. It's just, it's a small thing. You gotta do what makes you happy at some eventually.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Alright, there's the meld. There's the ship. And not sure where the other melt is. But, say la vie.
On my way. Position confirmed.
And let's move you up. Because our sniper finally got squad sight last time. So it's just, I am looking forward to abusing that maliciously. And it looks like we're gonna have a pod right about here, base rough of the line. Could be better.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I'm gonna lose this, but it's not worth rushing and potentially screwing up, like, you know, the entire mission and squad. At least I'm getting, yeah.
What was that sound?
At least now, the people who have restricted movement can theoretically do a thing.
Headed there now.
Aye, aye, Commander. Position confirmed. I'm on the move.
I know that meld was introduced to the game to try to give the players like a significant impetus or a push, but like that it's not relevant unless you're using explicitly or you're gearing up to explicitly use the things in the expansion, which are a portion of why you'd play it, to be sure. But like, if you're not excited or eager to like have people on your roster spend 8 days in hospital so they can jump high, then there's no need or there's no particular rush to get it going. Alright. So with that being the case, that's going to trigger something. That will also likely trigger something. Yeah, that's probably detecting the Guardian.
On the move.
Oh, dang. Surprised. Not an unpleasant surprise, mind you, but still a surprise.
Heading to that location.
Yep. Oh, it didn't see us. it's we're right on the edge of its vision. Since everyone's moved, let's just Overwatch real quick. Now, typically the line of sight would be very helpful here, except for the fact that because this is blocking it, it's kind of hard to see. Hey, rookie.
I'm rolling. Hostile spotted.
Ah, when it moves there, okay. That's fine, actually. And with that alarm going off, rookie, what's your shot? Take a shot. There we go. That should get you a promotion nice and easy.
I'm about to start keeping score.
Yep. That's what I thought.
Okay.
So my understanding is that once that's not the ethereal. Once the Guardian gets triggered, it basically forces or pushes the different pods on the map to sort of collapse it. So we're going to wait until we get a sign. Oh, okay, so they're over there. Oh, there we go. Two misses? Why are there two misses? That's rude. Come on, sniper. You're a sniper. You shouldn't miss. No, you didn't miss. So that's fine, I guess. But that said, you didn't kill.
On my way. Target's still up.
Moving.
That's a far more difficult one to hit. We'll get a shot on, and he's the one surrounded by, things we don't want to explode. So,
Aye, aye, Commander.
87. There we go.
Nailed him.
Now, I am predicting that if they were here, if they're over here somewhere, you're probably going to want to, let's say, put you here. That's still relatively safe. Got full cover and a view of it. Ooh, floaters. First floaters. Yeah, we lost all the meld. That is less than great. That said, what can you do for us? You can miss. That's what you can do. I appreciate you missing. Can you...
On the move.
I would, in a very real sense, prefer not to explode everyone. Gonna do it. Basically, logic being slight chance to miss, so this isn't even certain. If I do miss, then I can still pull the support back. I can still put Fang and Zhao over here and have and throw up some sort of protection. He can't fire. If he fires his rocket, he's out of cover anyway. He's getting crit. He'll either die or need stabilization, which is not great. I rather like Berg. He's very solid. But theoretically, getting some better protection on maybe 3 people is better than trying to resuscitate him, or at least preempt him dying or getting hurt.
Operational objectives completed.
Yeah. 12 Illyrium and 52 alloys for 280. No thank you. I would have loved those corpses, but I have at least one corpse. At least one.
It is always reassuring when our troops return from an operation unscathed.
And we didn't take the assault, so they gave us a new one.
We'll cover more of this meld substance in the future.
I'm thinking with 80 aim, he's probably going to be a rifle assault more than a shotgun assault. Suppression. Not suppression, Shredder. I always take Shredder. Shredder's phenomenal. I can still do the autopsy. Awesome! And some decent money coming in. Let's just change this real quick. Floater autopsy. This is the aim. Dodge. As frightening and vicious as a species is on a battlefield, it is hard not to feel some sympathy for them on the dissection table. The specimen has been subjected to extensive biomedical modifications, some of which were undoubtedly quite painful and intrusive. The combination of living tissue and mechanical components give the creature the look of a cruel, half-finished experiment. Most of the subject's internal organs have been replaced with a mechanical life support system that mimics their original functionality. A rather conventional propulsion system has been grafted onto the subject's torso, although the power cells supplying the necessary thrust are extremely advanced by our own standards. I've removed a number of neural implants from the subject that appear to aid in the evasion of incoming projectile fire. The engineering team has already suggested several ways in which this technology might benefit our soldiers. You may find additional information about the combat capabilities of the species by targeting one in the field using the unit analysis view. And just go back to the arc thrower.
I've always thought of science as a way to improve our everyday lives, to answer the long-standing questions of scientific history. The aliens, though. It's obvious now that they consider science simply a means to an end, using and discarding life as needed to reach their goal. Whatever that may be.
I think that goal might involve invasion and subjugation of a bunch of different species. Possibly. That said, they gave us $50, which is not nothing. And actually, hang on. Engineering.
Hulk of flesh and metal troubles me.
5 days remaining, 11 days remaining.
Investigations into
Let's see how far we get. So,
will we see?
we did not get far.
Commander, we have multiple reports of new abductions
China,
in progress. The locations are
Europe,
marked on the hologlobe.
Asia. Asia and North America. I think you get 3 for missing an abduction. So China should not go off the deep end. Whereas Mexico would. Hang on, let me see. 'Cause, 'Let me see, 'Cause, 'Let me see the various. 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 So it's not France. France is right out. Let's think about this. So Mexico would go chaotic, and I think it's 3 and 2. Actually, hang on. Let me. I know this is not technically the greatest thing to do, but 1 second. So I did check, just because it's been so long since I did this, so I had to double check. Abduction missions reduce that country's panic by 2, and the continent stays the same. If you miss a country, that country's panic increases significantly, and the rest of the continent increases by 1. Yes, and the unchecked abductions will increase by 3. So France will go up to 4. So after this, the remainder of the EU/Europe will be at 4 panic. Period. The United States at 2, Canada at 1. So if that goes unchecked, Mexico will just go out. We'll just hit full panic, and the U.S. and Canada will be at 3 and 2. If I allow China to go, China will be at 4, India, Australia will be at 4, and Japan will be at 3. So the decision is basically made by virtue of the fact that, yes, it would be great if India and Australia were not so quiet, Bradley.
Doesn't look like a legitimate target.
Thank you. Would not quite so high, or if Mexico had 1 less panic, then I would go to China, because it's just simpler that way, reducing panic in 3 countries rather than 4. But by virtue of the fact that Mexico would be at 5, and Mexico, U.S., and Canada would be higher, but Mexico would be about to actually have 1 satellite coming. Okay, sorry. I probably should be well. Oh, it's also it's also engineers versus another sergeant. Okay, no, Mexico is the choice. Both of them. It is a hard decision to make because both just put you in a tough position, but it is U.S. at 3, Canada at 2, Mexico at 5 versus China at 4, Japan at 3, India at 4, Australia at 4. Which actually frees me up to still keep my satellite uncommitted. So, Mexico it is. So, where we go. And we've got the liquor store. Yay, the liquor store. So fun. That said, apologies, I'm bouncing around a little bit. Too bad. 15. Let's nanofiber vest for a bit more. Let's just make 2 scopes real quick and put them on. Yeah, and a nanofiber vest. Granted, I could probably be saving that money for the officer training school that'll be finished in a couple days, but I'm presuming this will get me some decent amount of resources too. So we're going to go to Mexico, going to pick up some engineers, we'll make everything cheaper, and then we're going to put a scope here, a vest on Sasaki, and another scope on Lefebvre. Pretty sure. I think so. Not sure. Whatever. Someone French will eventually find this and yell at me about it. Oh well. We do have a lieutenant, so the officer training school should be pretty well up. Should have a good amount of options for us. With that said, the heavy going to hit a lot. He's going to hit very reliably. The sniper is going to be. It's a corporal with 105 effective aim. That is, bellissimo. squad member Sasaki, he doesn't have as high aim, so I'm going to just keep him with a shotgun. And with the 6 health, he'll also be pretty decent at taking hits. With any luck, a sectoid won't just crit and one-shot him, but such is life. Alright. To keep the map from changing, because it is going to be a couple days before we can do the next, before we can run this mission, I'm just going to launch the mission now.
Touching down.
And begin assault.
We're going to be putting down in Mexico for this mission. Current updates from the ground indicate the aliens are moving within the city limits. We should get down there and secure the area as quickly as we can.
Thank you for the briefing, Bradley. Alright. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming along. Like, comment, subscribe, complain that I'm doing things wrong, tell me I'm going to fail because of the strategic level, whatever you'd like. But I mainly just hope that you have a great day. Alright. Be well, everybody.